Hello guys, hello everybody. Okay, let's begin. Okay, this is how I trade. This is how I trade gold. This is the way I trade gold. What I do in the beginning of the day is I actually mark the times on which I start trading. So as you can see here, it's 8 November. It's a Wednesday, 8 November 2023, and I begin my trading sessions at 8 a.m. So what I do when I start trading is I look at the structure and I make sure that I look for the the high highs, the high lows, lower highs, etc. You know the drill. I don't have to go over everything as a tutorial. I don't have to go over everything as a tutorial. But what I usually do is I mark the lows which were before my trading session, and I usually like marking my lows in red, especially the ones which were recently broken, because this one was recently broken. And then what happened is, as it got broken, price went up again, and it actually went to take some liquidation. But what I usually follow is I follow the breaks. As in here you can see price broke to the downside, and I ensure that I follow the trend. The trend is your friend. That's the word of the day. The trend is your friend. So I follow the trend and I ensure that I mark all of the breaks, because I want to be sure about the direction of the day. This is not the bias. This is just me marking my properties. And I usually use the red markers, red color, so you can be sure as well that now we're actually looking for selling opportunities only. We're looking for selling opportunities until this one gets broken. If this one doesn't get broken, because that's where price comes from. Price comes from this one, and if this one doesn't get broken, we continue to look for selling opportunities. So to simplify things for you, let me mark everything properly so you can see. People have different ways of trading, so this is my way of simplifying the chart for me to understand what is happening. So remember, this was like in the morning, too early in the morning. You can see 5 a.m., 6 a.m. This is not my trading session. My trading sessions begin after 8 a.m. Seeing that I'm looking for selling opportunities, and I only trade selling opportunities below this. As soon as I see the green candlesticks coming to the top, what I wait for is I actually wait for the red ones to begin appearing. So as soon as I get a closure of a red candlestick, what I do is immediately on a 3-minute chart. It's a 3-minute chart. I usually use the 3-minute chart because I'm a scalper. This is what I do. And then I usually use a fixed amount for my stop levels and my profit levels. So for my stop levels, I use 3,000, and then for my profit levels, I use 3,700. That's standard, and it actually gives me a risk reward ratio of 1:1.23, 1:1.23. That is my risk to reward ratio. And you can see, you can easily relax, because this actually gives you an indication that price is now selling. There is a change of direction here. You can see this is a change of direction here. And now, since the change of direction came just here after this here, we actually have to mark these zones. And whatever happens here is actually what we are aiming for. So you can easily see it was a long trade. It happened. I actually placed the trade. It's around 8 until 12. And what I usually do is immediately after, because I trust the trend, because I'm following the trend, immediately on my target, on my take profit, I usually place an immediate sell. As soon as my profit target gets hit, I place another selling opportunity immediately, because as you can see, there's no need for me to keep on marking the lower lows here. As you can see, price didn't break any higher lows. It's been constantly breaking the lower lows. And in order for me to be to consider myself as a consistent trader, I do the same thing. What I did there, I also do it here. So, as a trader, not all the trades, it won't be all the trades which go to your direction. You won't always win when trading. You take losses as a trader, so you have to just calculate how many wins you're making and bank on those ones. Take your losses. So, there's this quote which I wrote here, and I wanted you to check this out. It says, the magic you are looking for is in the work you are avoiding. So sometimes analyzing the charts can be or backtesting the charts can be a very difficult task. It can be time consuming, it can be strenuous, and you know what happens. People don't want to do the hard work. And if you give yourself time to analyze the chart and backtest, you will see that actually trading can be easy. You can actually beat psychology when you decide to do the hard work that you are always avoiding. So let us continue. Since we are still looking for selling opportunities, you can see there's no green trend line which has been broken. As you can see here, this was supposed to be green. This is considered a green trend line. You see, it was never broken. The second one was never broken. We can say the trading session is still here. So we might say we still don't know what is happening here in these parts. Let's say this part is still hidden. We don't know what's happening. So what I usually do is, after being beaten, after price hit my stop loss, I wait for the red candle, as long as we are still looking for selling opportunities. I'll place. If it's a loss, it's a loss. If it's a win, it will go to my profit. So immediately after the red candlestick here, because I'm still below this and there was no green trend line that has been broken as yet. There was no green I can see higher low that has been broken. I'm still taking my selling opportunities, and as you can see on this one, it was a close encounter. You can see it nearly hit my stop loss, but when you check, you can check properly, stop loss didn't get hit. There was no hit on my stop loss, so you can see. And now you can also check here the same thing that I did here. You also continue to do it here, and the rule is immediately after my TP get hit, I take another trade immediately, because I don't know where price is gonna go, but I just trust my analysis, because even though here you can see I was still on a trade, even though on this one you can see, because I was still on a trade, and it seemed as if there was a change of direction. There was actually no change of direction. There was no change of direction. The change of direction was going to be considered if price came to beat this green line here. After this line here, that's where I was going to consider taking buying opportunities, and I was going to consider this as a change of direction. Only if price comes and beats here, that's when I'm going to start looking for buying opportunities. But because we are still here and price hasn't beaten this last higher low, I don't, because you can see, check here, price came and beat this lower low here, and then it went up for a correction, and then it came down on this level. We're still on this level, so the high of this level is this one here, so you can actually even place it here, because this one doesn't count. Literally, this one doesn't count. Only if this one gets beaten, that's when we're gonna start looking for buying opportunities. You understand? And the same thing that I did here and the same thing that I did here, I continue to do it. That's how I continue to trade gold. What I did here is immediately after price hit my take profit, I entered another trade and continue to look for these opportunities, continue to do the same thing just to be consistent. You check, price broke here, created a new low after breaking here, because that was a high, that was the previous high, created a new low. So we still consider this as the high. Whatever that happens here in between, we don't consider it. When you see these for example, you can see this higher high here or higher low gets broken by this price here. It doesn't count, because this one is the one which is our major. This is the one which price is coming from. This is the one which we consider. If this one then gets broken, then we can say price has actually changed direction. So under here, below this zone, below this, we continue to look for selling opportunities. we continue to look for selling opportunities. So I'm just going to delete this because I don't need it now. I'm still paying respect to this signal here. This was the ultimate signal which told me that you have to look for selling opportunities. And no higher low has been broken as yet. These one do not count because this one is the one which came and broke here and broke this zone. You understand? Okay, so since we are now here, this is now our new low. And since we are here, you can see guys, you can see price continues to go down. And this is actually a live session. You can see this is not a replay or something. So let's continue. Let's say I'm busy respecting my rules. That's immediately after hitting my take profit, I take another trade because I'm a scalper and I'm trying to be consistent. I'm still gonna be looking for selling opportunities, even though I get stopped out. My bias is selling opportunities, and then immediately after the red, you can see there's a red candlestick here, which means buyers are in control. And then as soon as I see the red one, after being beaten, after my stop loss gets stopped out, after my trade gets stopped out, I immediately look for the green closure, the closure of the of the red candlestick, and then I place my entry immediately. And remember, I told you I keep my stop levels equal all the time, 300, and my profit target is 3,000 here, and then my profit level 3,700, just to be consistent. And if I would have taken this trade, you can check here, it didn't hit my stop loss, and price is still in action. And if I was on this trade, you can see, if I was on this trade, my profit target would be, I would be closer to my target, as you can see here.